Okay, so let's start looking at some of the sections underneath the Explore area because we're going to come back to plans and services later on. So underneath your Explore, what you guys are going to find are mobile apps. You'll also find coverage map, which you need to bring coverage map. Make it click up on the activate page.
Control F5.
We have, okay, yep, we have some apps pages, which for the most part you guys don't really add content to that, but if you did, it would be simple. I'm just going to open that up and show you what it looks like. It's using the banners that are for the general banners. These are the same banners we're using before. Can anybody please, I know we're all coming back from lunch and stuff, can we all please go back on mute? And I'm hearing background noise, so please go on mute. Start with the mobile apps page. I'm going to show you what that looks like. You're going to navigate to your structure, through your structure to Explore. So remember, whatever is on in your navigation, you're just looking for it within that same structure underneath your mobile, underneath your particular market. So I'm going to open up Explore so you can see what that looks like, because based on the new design, it's just 3 banners that are there that reflect the content on your website. This is missing underneath in UAT.
Which one?
That was in UAT. I'm checking production. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So basically what Jamaica has here is just 3 banners. So we have news and community, we have a mobile apps banner, and we have the need help banners. And this is, again, I'm not going to go back into detail over this again because this is the same components that we've used before for the general banners. So does anybody have any questions about the Explore page? The other stuff page is similar. It's just having those 3 banners as well. I just opened it up so you can see what it looks like. Does anybody have questions about that? This one needs to be activated. No? No questions? Okay, so if you have no questions about that, I'm going to move on to mobile apps. So I want to see what's on the mobile apps page. So all I'm going to do is double click again to open it up. This is what it looks like live. This is Jamaica's mobile apps page.
I don't know.
Again, hold on one sec, guys, because the guys on Join Me are not hearing again. Well, you guys are just on mute, so.
Hi, Sherry. We just came back.
Okay, great. Yep, I think everybody on this Skype can hear, but I'm referring to Join Me. Can
Oh, okay.
someone on Join Me confirm whether or not you can hear? Okay. Do you want to try? Can you try refreshing, please, Janelle? I know that worked for someone else. Or that worked for Troy, I think, before. Okay, great, perfect. Alrighty. Okay, so this is basically the same again. It's that you guys will not really be changing this. But let's say that you do have an app that in rare cases you may have an app that's unique to your market that you to put the text in. So just to refresh your memory, if I click edit, I have the option to do the description there, and you can see where the description shows up. I also have the option here to put in find out more. So all I did here was I right clicked and I did edit. Another way you guys can see what it is that was used is by just looking at the component. So just by paying attention to the details, we can see that this says it's a browser app. So if we wanted to experiment, and I'd rather do this beta environment. There were two. We go to the app page. I want to create a new app that we're going to put up. So what I would do, I'm going to delete this. Now remember, this box here, it's called the parses, but you don't have to remember that name. All you need to know is that this is a box where you can add components to create your content. So just like how it says drag components here, you're going to do new. And we're looking for a browser app. So I'm not sure where it is. Like I said before, I don't know all of these by heart. We don't expect you to either. But it's just kind of finding it within. Okay. So the browser app component is very similar to the component that we have for the general panels, but it's supposed to be specific to the apps. So that means that it gives you the opportunity to add, you know, a specific app with the ability to add the icons. Because if you see here that there is two icons depending on what store. We have for Google, we have for Apple, we have for BlackBerry and Windows. So depending on where the app is, it would give you the ability to add that to the page, to the banner. So this is a simple process that we've been using throughout that you should be catching on to. This is just finding the path of where the banner that you want to go there is. So I'm just finding a banner. So for this case, I'm going to use Usain Bolt. It's the same requirement as if you were doing a banner component. So you can choose if you want the text to be on the left or the right. And you put a description in. And the reason why description is mandatory here is because you need to have a description for your app. And then you choose your description color. And the height and mobile for mobile and desktop is standard, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's see how that looks. Okay, so the good part about this is you could probably use this component in another area of the website if you don't necessarily want to have an image. Let me just check if this is the same thing in the general banner. You can actually do it in the general banner as well. The banner title, color is Damien, it depends on what the third-party app is. You are able to, but some things I know group would prefer if you confirm before, depending on your agreement with the provider, etc. So the other thing I want to show you guys is how to add the download links. So you see here you have the ability to say download now from Google Play or Apple Store. So I just want to show you how to do that. So they're actually in the DAM as well. They're in the DAM underneath download images. Okay. And this is just so you know where you're linking them to. Okay, so I'm going to right-click Edit, which is what we do a lot. Right-click Edit. And let's say we know that my digital app is definitely in the Apple Store. Then we're going to add the link to the Apple Store where it says Link App Store. And then we're going to add the icon. And this is what we're going to do now. So I'm going to add the link. So we just found where it is because I just showed you where it is. It's underneath shared website content, download images, sorry. And then find it. So that's what I'm going to put in. Now, if you don't put in the link, so I'm just going to put in a random link now since we're in a test environment. If you don't put in a link, the customer is not going to be able to click to go to the App Store. So you can see how that looks. Okay, so let's say that you were creating an app for your market. That's what you would do in that situation. You can't see the color. Let me change that. You can change the color just by doing I should be able to change the color here. Okay, I'm not sure why that's not coming out, but I'm going to check on that. But yes, that is how you would add an app. Do you guys have any questions about that one? I don't think this is something you're going to be doing often, but in the situation that you are. It will go directly beside it. So, yep. Like what this one is. Okay, nobody has a question either on Join Me or so this page is also very similar. Right now we're having an issue with the text here, which we're having the fix in development already. If you can see that the text is a bit lumped together, but it's a very similar page. So I'll just open it up so you can see what it looks like. Which is like most of the designs in the CMS right now. We have a lot of general banners at the top of the page, and then you have an apps list component. So again, if you don't know what something is, it's very easy. You just look what's there before it. So if you wanted to create a new one that was just like this, you would go down, or let's say you wanted to delete Sports Max because Sports Max no longer had an app, you could do that. But you're always going to start creating a new component where it says drag components or assets here. Right click new. Your list of components are going to come up. And based on what's above it, I know that it's an app list that I need to create. So that's what I'm going to look for. Charger 2 here. Two apples.
One is ordered and one is up. One's light exhaust.
No, there's two apples components.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of ways to-
So here you go, guys. So this gives you an example of what it would look like. Makes you so basically this makes life easier for you because now all you have to do is drag in your image, and then drag in your text. So can somebody tell me what I would do to drag in my image to this page? First of all, where's my content thing that I need to do? How do I get to it? My content find. Thank you, John. Thank you, Shade. Okay, so we have to search for something, right? Really did yourself play. Okay, somebody is off mute. Can you please go back? Please and thanks. Thanks. Loading issue. But yeah, we would need to drag and drop it in. And then for our text, we would need to just edit the title. Right click edit. Same concept across. This is gonna freeze. I'm gonna exit out of this and open. I can feel it coming right now. Okay, I'm just gonna go on one very quickly. So we can move on to another page. Okay, so like we said, we would drag and drop an image in. Okay, so if you guys just saw what happened, I tried dragging and dropping it in, and it didn't work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit, and I'm gonna put the image there. And the reason why I know that it worked is because when I dragged and dropped it in, I see a little check mark. So that tells me that it worked and it's correct. So let's do OK and see how that looks. Okay, so it did add it, and then the reason why it moved to the other side was that because we have the option to do left or right here, and that's checked on left. Right. So it's not really, again, like I said, knowing anything by heart. It's kind of just knowing how to master the components, and you kind of learn how to do that after kind of playing with them for a while. Um, and you can always all right, so let's move on to another market. Let's try another market we haven't used yet for practice. Let's use St. Kitts. So I'm going through my structure. St. Kitts, we only have English in St. Kitts. We're going to our website, right? We're not editing, play, or business. And right now I've decided that I want to edit my coverage map. So what am I going to do? I found my coverage map pretty easily, but now I need to make the edits on the page. I forgot how to do that. Can someone? Now I'm going to get rid of this here at the top. Why am I going to do that? Well, one, it's the old design. Two, we're trying to stay away from the blue, since in a lot of our markets, blue is our competitor, right? So let's delete that. And since I deleted that, I have the opportunity to create a brand new title. And what I did was I just right-clicked, edited, and I'm going to put in a new title. Also be nice for you guys to put like a short blurb here. So let's say you know that in St. Kitts, the island has 97% coverage. It would be perfect for you to have a nice, sentence or blurb there to tell the customer how much coverage they have in that area. Most of our markets we requested KML files from, which means that you should see the coverage on the map. However, we all need to check our websites to make sure that they're working, because I know that we were having some issues on some websites where they were not working. Okay, so this is an example of what the KMZ file would look like, or how it should look if it's properly working. It's just showing the coverage, and the user is able to, like zoom in, zoom out. And it's just a KML file that you get, and you have to upload it to the DAM first, and then we're going to select the path. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So you would have already, because it's an asset, you would have already uploaded it to your DAM. Depending on your market, obviously you would have kept it organized and you would have uploaded it to your section. So you would have done markets coverage map. And I am in St. Kitts, so as you can see, my KMZ file is here already. Okay, so right, you upload it there first, and you have to make sure that it's activated. Same new. So you do the same new process, new file, and it would just be like you're uploading an image from your desktop. So that process is simple enough. And then there is a specific coverage map component. So just here where I have my drag assets for components, I know that that's where I have to create a new component. I'm going to go to coverage map. There we go. Okay, so right now it's spinning and spinning and spinning because there's nothing in it. What we need to do is we need to give it the ability to pull in the KMZ file that we just uploaded to the DAM. So we need to do edit, and it'll come up right there for you. It's the only mandatory field. It says, what is your KML file path? So based on what is uploaded in the DAM, that's what's going to come up already, which is why you have to upload it to the DAM first. So we know that we're in St. Kitts, and we would have uploaded the last it would have been the last KMZ that we should have uploaded. Okay, so we have a latitude and longitude point here, which would tell us where that should go in the center, where the map center should be. Now, when you guys are requesting these, I would request someone with this expertise help you to determine where that should go, which is why when we originally started the project, we asked that for these maps, your RF engineer help you so that you understand how to properly do this. So it's just a matter of having the information, because actually uploading it is somewhat simple. But you need to make sure that it's showing properly, because I've seen that it's not showing for some markets. So I would encourage everyone right now, if your site is up, to double check if it is working. Properly, or something could have gone wrong. Okay, I see I have a question here. Jane, I don't have that right now. That's possibly something that we can work on for the near future. Also, I showed how to upload to the DAM this morning. Were you on the call at that time? Oh, Janelle, sorry. Yeah, that's Jane and then Janelle. Janelle, did you see that when I was showing how to upload to the DAM this morning? Okay, no problem. Well, I'll go over that with you separately, just so that we can move on. But it's not a difficult process at all. It's very easy. Okay. So. something is missing. It could be that our file is not picking up. Okay, but what I do want you guys to understand is the general concept of how you are uploading these types of things in case you do have to do this. Does that make sense so far? Is there anything you want me to go back over for the coverage map? So it's just uploading to the DAM, making sure the KMZ is working, and putting in that information that needs to be there. Okay, let's look at other areas underneath your Explore section. So a big one and a more complicated one is news and community. It is your press releases, and it's often a very neglected one as well. And it shouldn't be, because and it's a section that needs more attention from all of our markets. I'm going to show you how to do a press release. Just keep in mind that this one is not as simple as the other ones, and you just need to have a bit of patience during the process. And the reason why that is because uploading a press release, everything is categorized by the date. So you have to go through a few steps before you actually get to creating the content, just because everything is categorized by date. So I'm going to go through that. Does anybody have any questions before I go into that? Okay. Keep me posted if you have questions. I'll try to be as thorough as possible. And somebody is off of mute, so can you please go back kindly? Okay. This is huge for us. We want to put up a press release right away. So I would put up my images in the DAM first, as with any other section. I would upload that and make sure it's activated so that when I am ready to put my press release content up, I don't have to go back and do that. So I usually do that first, right? And we know that we would go to digital assets and we would upload our images there. Also make sure that when you're uploading any images that they're not huge, they're compressed somewhat. If you have a graphic designer to help you, that would be great, because anything that's too big can start to weigh down the system. There's also a generic press release image that I have in the DAM, and it's called digicel.press release image. And it's just a generic red and white. So in the situation that you do not have an image, you can use that image as well. The main thing is that this is not something that you should be using for every single press release, because what's going to start to happen is it's going to No, the press release does not follow the same size as the banners. So you would categorize your press release images in the community section. We have that organized just like how you would organize your banner or your deal content. So please find your market and upload it to the applicable area just to keep everything organized. Once you do that and you activate your image, we're going to start with our press release page. So right now I am in the DAM and I need to create a press release. Can somebody tell me which area I need to go back to? How do I get there? What do I click on? Okay, where is websites? Hi Jane, yes you can. I can send you a document with updated dimensions. No problem. Okay, so what did you say, Katasha? Okay, so Katasha said that I can go to the, right now I'm in the DAM, so I'm a little bit lost. Katasha said I can go to the back to St. Kitts. That's wonderful. All right, so I need to go to news and community. And if for some reason I totally forgot where news and community is and I'm just confused because I see all of these areas and I don't see news anywhere, well, if I go to the website, I can see, oh, okay, news and community is underneath other stuff and other stuff is underneath explore. So let's go there. Explore, I saw explore, that's fine. I saw other stuff. That's okay. Great. News and community. All right. So the first thing that you guys are seeing is 2015, but we're not. Are we in 2015 still? All right. I didn't think so. Okay. Great. No, we have to create 2016 because no one has created it. I mean, let me see.
It's 2016. You keep doing that. What I'm saying is they all show up, right?
Yeah. All right. So we're going to take the same approach when we're creating a new year. We're just going to do new, like we've been doing, new. But the template is a redirect page. So that means that you need to create 2016 as a redirect page. Basically, any date you're going to create as a redirect page. So, year, month, day, you're going to create as a redirect page. So let's do 2016. So it's going to be new page. And what did I say? Redirect. Remember, what did I say about the name? I have to type it over? No. I don't. If I don't type it over, what will happen?
It'll automatically populate.
Okay, thanks, Damian. Losing it. All right. New page. I was so anxious to create the article. I just went ahead and did it, which is actually a good thing because that's probably a mistake that you guys might make the first time you try, right? So redirect page. We want to do the year first. It's 2016. Let's do that. And you want to make sure that you're creating it under news and community and not under 2015. So what that means is that when you're creating the year or when you're creating any page, just make sure your mouse is on the right place. So my mouse was on top of news and community when I did 2016. And now we need to create our month. How am I going to create my month? Any ideas? Perfect. Click on 2016. The new, right? New page. What kind of template is it? It's a redirect template. And we are now in July. Okay, we're not there yet. We still need another redirect page because we need a date, right? Today is the 12th. I'm going to click the year for you already, or you actually have the month. The reason why there's nothing here is because a lot of the markets, I mean this is UAT anyway, but a lot of the markets don't update their press releases, so that's why you're not going to see anything from 2014, you know. Jane, you can know by actually seeing what's at the side. So if you look here at the side, which is what I was trying to tell you guys before, mine is a bit cut off at the side, but there's a thing that says template and it says redirect page underneath it. Also, I think I have a list that I could probably send you guys. Tell you what is the correct template for each section. I can check, if not, we can probably create one. But remember, if you're not sure, just look at what was done before. Alright, so we finally created our year, month, and date. Now we can create our content. So we're going to do new page. And now we can finally do a market content page. So we can actually do our content. I'm going to do my title. So you have no typos, make sure everything is good, and then you could do create. Alright. I'm going to double click and open up so that we can edit our content. See, that really didn't take that long for me to do. It's just knowing the steps and not getting confused. So just remember, redirect pages are going to be for your dates until you get to the point where you're finally making the content or creating the content. Okay, so I have a blank page. So this is what I was kind of telling you guys before in terms of some of the templates. Like when you use a market content page, it doesn't really give you anything, and so you kind of have to build it up for yourself. Now this is a market content page. So it really just depends on how you want this page to look. Can somebody give me some ideas as to how I want my page to look? Image, a title, and some content. Now, do you want your content in 2 columns? Do you want 3 columns? Do you want a banner at the top of the page? Give me some visualization for this. You want 1 column, 1 banner. Alright. Someone here said they want 1 column, 1 title. So basically, I can start by doing my title. So I'll do that. For a banner, for a press release, I wouldn't say that for every press release you put a banner. I don't think that's appropriate personally. But for something like LTE, I think it would be excellent for us to have, like Jamaica just launched their LTE recently, and they had Usain Bolt as the cover image. So I think that's something that would, really catch attention. So, right, exactly. There you go. All right, so I'm just gonna put in a title here, and then I'll do a banner. All right, so we have our title. I'm gonna use a general banner. So from what you guys remembered this morning, putting in a So all I did was I put it in. I didn't right click new. I put in general panel just to repeat a second. Now what I want to do is I want to pull the path from the dam. So remember, this would have been after we had already uploaded our images to the dam. Okay, so let's look for the LTE banner that I want to use. Sasha, where did you put that LTE banner that I want to use? Sprint to Brazil in the meantime, which the Sprint to Brazil is not in the right sizes. I'll send out the document with the correct sizes, because for the general banner component you want to make sure that you have the right sizes, else the image is going to look stretched out. So remember the trick that I taught you guys on how to do this so that you don't have to copy and paste this, and then when it opens up, instead of going through the whole process again, you just put in the tablet version since it's right below it. It should have been right below it because you should have uploaded it all at the same time. So that saves you a little bit of time. Then we do OK. Perfect. So we have a banner, and we're going to do, and I want to move the text to the other side. So I'm just going to do a line right. I already have a title, but just because I'm showing you guys how to do this. I'm just going to do that for that sake. Okay. Alright, so far we have a banner and a title, and now we need to put in a rich text component. Now, one thing that you're going to notice is that you see how this stretches across the entire width of the page. You don't want your content to look like that. So there's this important component that's used, and it's called a content box grid. So please remember that if there's nothing else that you write down content box grid for creating content. Because if you do not use it, it's going to spread across the entire width of the page, and it's going to look horrible. Really, really bad. Content box grid. So let's find it right now. That's to hold your content. So what did I just do? New. And I'm going to find my content box grid right now. There it is. It's under digital market in this situation. So I just clicked on it and I just did OK. So now what that means now is that you can see the difference between what's down here and what's down in the middle here in terms of the weight of it. So this is just going to hold our text and our content a lot nicer than it would ordinarily. Alright, so what do we want to put here next, guys? We want to put some text in? Yes? Alright, so we need another component. We need something for text. So there's a component called rich text component, and that's what you're going to use anytime you're using text. Rich text component. Rich text component. So once again, and you should be comfortable by now in terms of thinking, even if you're not literally following behind me and doing this, about how to add a component. New. Rich text component. It's right there under digital content. Digital content, rich text component. Okay. Great. So I finally, now I can add some text. So if you have your press release up, you would have had it ready to go. So I'm just going to open up a doc so I have some text so you can see what something actually looks like. Okay. Do Control A, Control C. I want to strip any formatting, so I just dropped it into Notepad. Control C. And I'm going to drop it back in, and that's Control V. And then once you drop it in, it's not going to be perfect. You have to kind of, just spin around, and I don't really like too much spaces between my content.